everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. And today we have a movie to look at, and it's a follow-up to an older movie. But yeah, I mean, more on that in a moment. It doesn't quite live up to the original, not in my opinion anyway. But depends how good the original was, wasn't it? I mean, if it was a 10 out of 10, this might be a 7 out of 10. But no, today we're going to have a look at a film called The Craft Legacy. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification so all these vlogs are coming out. I do TV, drama reviews, movie reviews, etc. And if you check the playlist, I do vlogs on my football team, Manchester City as well, City history and City present. So if you know anyone who might be interested in that or interested in yourself, please check that out. And also, but if you're not interested in football, hey, there's plenty on here for film and TV watchers, etc. So please enjoy. And I'm trying to get 500 subscribers by Christmas December 2020. Christmas is, of course, it's in December, it doesn't alter, does it? Christmas 2020. So if you can help us out with that, I mean, I'm just about 70-ish short at the moment. So if you can push us up to that or point other people in my direction, I will be very eternally grateful. Right, yeah, The Craft Legacy, 97 minutes. It's directed by Zoe Lister-Jones. Stars Kaylee Spaney, Zoe Luna, Gideon Adlon, Lovey Simone, and Mr. David Duchovny. Nice to see David Duchovny in this. It's classed as a drama, fantasy, horror, and it's from those people who caused a little bit of consternation. Some people have liked what they've put out there, some people haven't, and it's Blumhouse, one of their horrors. And it's about an eclectic foursome of aspiring teenage witches. Of course it is, get more than they bargain for as they learn into their newfound powers. Learn, whatever they do with the newfound powers. And of course we had the 1996 film, didn't we, The Craft, which I had in my video shop at the time, and it was quite popular. Had some nice posters as well. I think all the posters have gone, unfortunately, but no, it's you know me with posters. I think the posters are very similar to what we see today with this one. Actually, it's obviously just with the different actors in it. Internet Movie Database, the original Craft's only getting 6.4 out of 10, which is a bit mean. I would have probably rated it 6.5 or 7 at the time. From memory, it's a long time since I've watched it. So how does this compare? Is this any good? Well, Rotten Tomatoes have given this a 47% only positivity rating. So out of 75 critics, 36 give it a fresh review and 39 are rotten. So obviously the rottens win out over the freshes with this one. And the consensus reads, although director Zoe Lister-Jones has forged a new path for the weirdos of today, The Craft Legacy spells may only enchant fans of the original. Well, I don't know, I'm not too sure about that. I mean, obviously I think a lot of fans of the original won't be really enchanted with it, to be honest with you. And overall the users on Rotten Tomatoes have given it a 40% positivity rating, which isn't great. It's based on 47 scores being left, and overall it gets an average score of 5.52 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. 5.52 is the working average, so just a little bit under that 6, which is my watchable score, isn't it? On Metacritic, the critics on there, it's only getting, well, a little bit better. He's getting a 55% positivity based on 23 reviews, and that's 8 positive, 14 mixed. So not a total disaster, and just 1 negative. So it doesn't sound as bad, does it? I mean, so obviously there's something in it, but not quite enough though by the looks of it. And it scores anywhere with the critics between 4 out of 10, which is the lowest, and 7.5 out of 10. Screen Rant's Molly Freeman didn't like it very much. She gave it 4 out of 10 and said, The Craft Legacy excels when revelling in its girl power witchcraft, but falls apart in the third act without a well-developed villain. Even. The Guardian's Benjamin Lee was a bit kinder to it. He gave it 6 out of 10. There's ultimately too much in the film's rushed 94-minute runtime for anything to really breathe. And IndieWire's Kate Erbland, well, she did like it. She gave it 7.5 out of 10 and said, the result is an entertaining, insightful mashup of tropes, both respectful of what came before and willing to try new tricks. Being a weirdo, it seems, has never gone out of fashion, but now it has a different kind of future to conjure up. So Kate did enjoy it. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, you and me. Only over 2,100 reviews, 2,119 as I'm doing this. And it's only averaging 4.1 out of 10, so that's a lot lower than what we've seen before with the other sites. So that's Joe Public. Some of the pros, some of the positives. Someone said it's definitely not as edgy or dark as the original, but it's not terrible. I was expecting much worse, so this is a pro. It's true that character development was lacking and there were moments you were left with unanswered questions, but overall it's enjoyable, a good plot, good acting and sneaky last scene. Someone else said it is not the original and not near as dark, but it is good. It is a good watch, great acting, casting and execution. And another one, if you like the first, you will like this. I question that a little bit. And another one, as for the younger audience and Generation Z, I find that you're going to get a kick out of this film. So perhaps it is aimed at more younger audience and old people like me who enjoyed the original a lot. Obviously, I'm old, aren't I? Obviously, some of you would have watched that as teenagers, the original, and perhaps be in the 30s now, and you know, you may not quite feel the same. Some of the negatives, some of the cons on this, this is such a bad movie. Where is the magic? Where is the darkness? Yeah, I'd echo that. Very poorly written, impossible to like any of the characters. If you're a fan of the original, do yourself a favour and skip this garbage. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of copy my sentiment there. I'm sure that the Craft legacy was meant to be a continuation of the 1996 movie, but it just failed at being an original movie in its own right and had none of the charm, appeal or impact that this 96 movie had. Another one, it's a rehash of the decent original but offers a weaker, poorly written mess of a movie. And another one, I was kind of disappointed with this high school TV movie offering. And someone else, it was a TV movie bland fest. The story was non-existent. Yeah, so the criticisms were in the majority, as you can see from the poor score from Internet Movie Database. Right, my thoughts, Bernard's thoughts on this. I mean, this is a sort of nice teen high schooly, has a teen high schooly Disney feel to it, and this perhaps for the Craft is not what it should be about. I mean, as a standalone film, fair enough, aimed at a younger viewer, but if you're going to give it the Craft link, it should be darker and more creative, I think, in its aims. It seems to sort of chicken out of going full hog. Just when you think something more sinister is about to happen, instead of going full throttle into it, it sort of steps off the gas. We sort of get a weak lily-livered sort of version of it. I can imagine there's a market for this with the Disney teen who wants to be a tiny bit more edgy. But as those of us that, as I said, were teenagers perhaps who enjoyed the Craft, and people of my age, even when I enjoyed the Craft, it's not really on a par with the original. It's a poor supernatural watch, for instance. It's just not dark enough as adult witchy entertainment for an adult. All it did was make me go back and enjoy the original again. I mean, from memory, it wasn't a fantastic film, but it has made me go out and want to watch the original rather than re-watch this thing, just to see if my memory is better, and the original was a lot better. Certainly the actors in it, I think, had a bit more about them, a bit more charisma. Because I didn't mind the characters, I didn't mind the four young witches in this. The chemistry was fairly good between them, I thought it was okay. But, I mean, David Duchovny, it's not his fault, but he was pretty poor. He was let down by a poor script and he played, obviously, I'm not giving too much away, the villain in this at the end of the day, and he was just a bit of a damp squib, to be honest with you. He wasn't very impressive as a villain, but whether that's his fault or the script writers, I'm not too sure. So it just wasn't developed properly, his role, and likewise the girls in it, their roles weren't developed very well. I mean, for instance, I like the new Sabrina series, which has its comedic elements, but has a dark side as well, and this doesn't quite even get to that sort of level. And this perhaps has a potential as a pilot. If it was a pilot for a series, a similar series, to giving us a chance to develop the girl characters, then fair enough, because I did like the chemistry between the girls. I thought it worked pretty well, but overall I didn't really get to either like or dislike them in the 90-minute film that we got to see, and it all seemed a little bit anticlimactic. And as I said, very unsupernatural in a standalone film. But whether they want to make something more of this and do not a sequel, but perhaps a mini-series, I'm not too sure. But it did have that feel to it, and some people will like it. But as I say, as a standalone film, it was okay. You put the word Craft in it, and it is going to disappoint people, and it disappointed me, unfortunately. My little rating on this one? Well, it's not a total disaster. There were one or two, as I say, there were one or two okay elements in it, but I'm just going to give it a bang average 5 out of 10 score for my ratings on this one. The poster, yeah, as I said, I think the poster is quite similar to the original. As I can't, thinking back now, I mean, I'm trying to think back to 1996. I mean, I can't think back to 6:05, never mind 1996. But yeah, I think it's a similar idea. So if you like the actors, it's fair enough, isn't it? And I think the poster's probably a little bit better than the film, although it's not great, is it? It's quite bland. If you like the actors, if you like the girls playing the parts, then yeah, that's nice to have on your wall, isn't it? So I'll give it 5.5 out of 10. Again, I'm not going to go mad with it, but it's perhaps slightly better than the film. So I'll do it at 5.5 for the poster and 5 for the film. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think if you've got to watch this or you're going to watch it in the near future. That'll be much appreciated. Please check my links on screen. If you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back on there. And as I said, please check out my playlist for all movies and TV stuff, plus football as well. And you can check out my website, moviegamenostalgia.com. I did have a video shop, as mentioned, in the 90s and 2000s, and you'll probably know if you watch my vlogs a few times. And please check out that website. And I sell old rare DVDs, movie posters from that era, the 90s and 2000s, and some board games as well. That'd be very much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. And until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. It's Bernard saying goodbye for now.